show, and again, this is the FACEIT finals here at DreamHack Open, and make sure that you are signed up to the FACEIT website. I am going to be in North America, actually, for those of you who are here supporting Liquid. I'm going to be in North America next week, so if you want to get Rex on the FACEIT platform, make sure you add me, JZFB, on FACEIT.com. I'll be coming there to stick my AWP in your face.
I was going to say where it doesn't belong, but that's also...
I realized it was getting weird as soon as I started walking down, but I didn't know how to escape it. But I think I managed to survive it. Okay, so Virtus.pro 1-0 up versus Liquid.
Yeah,
Is there a way back?
Well, you know, this is the thing with these two teams. I usually would expect a pretty close series because typically there's always that potential. But that was a complete shutout. Virtus.pro looks ridiculously good in that match, and they were doing stuff that most teams do not do on Overpass. They were really, I mean, Virtus.pro have always had this reputation to be one of the best teams when it comes to the newer maps, the ones that have been introduced more recently, like Cobblestone and Overpass. And they really showed why there, because they weren't just playing Overpass, they were going a bit next level with the kind of development that they had to their strategies, and clearly the thinking behind it was phenomenal. So really looking forward to seeing Mirage, because this is actually potentially very dangerous as well. Virtus.pro, excellent Mirage team. They're starting off on the favored side as well.
Well done.
What are Liquid going to do?
If you're from Sweden, it's Mirage. Here we go, there's a fast push through mid from Virtus.pro, looking for the information. They will find some information in that, unless there's a ninja convention in mid, nobody's there. Liquid look focused on the A sides at the moment, but as far as Virtus.pro know, it could be B, and Nate starts to come in. That could be the giveaway, Dan.
Yeah, just a bit of a retake approach here from Virtus.pro. Taz can just play the info, play it safe, not die, try to make sure that his team doesn't give away the CT spawn position. If the T's take that, it is very detrimental to the retake effort. But here comes the push finally. Liquid onto the bottom side, moving forward very quickly. Two fast entries coming out from them. And now Virtus.pro are definitely in trouble. And here's that CT spawn push that is quite devastating if you can take it away from that CT side. And slowly but surely, we'll have the hit squad in Liege onto Pasha and Albiali and Neo. Everything to do, but they have a kit. There's Kevlar on Neo. Could happen here. Nice spin around there onto Hiko's. Looking pretty good, actually, potentially. Neo's actually going to block both of these players. Can he hit the shots as well? There's one, and the second one as well. Great stuff there from Neo, delivering as always for Virtus.pro. And that was looking bad. But again, Virtus in this series, there is something special about them.
Liquid turned into human pinatas in CT spawn there. Virtus.pro coming in with a baseball bat, taking the round as well with a defuse. Very nice play from them. Again, it was a nice push from Liquid. You could see it was important for them to take CT. Pasha survived there for a fair amount of time, so he took up two people's time trying to focus him down and eventually got killed on the rotation. There we go, Virtus.pro going to be on the big buy coming out. Obviously taking the round in the end there. Liquid on the force. Going to be focusing on an execute towards A. There is a Mag 7 in play here from Pasha, but he's far away from the action at the moment. 3 people on the A site for Virtus.pro to hold as the rotation will come in.
This could be pretty surprising. They may have expected a full eco, but there are nades for days as Nitro makes the first entry. Taz is going to drop over the top. Can he get some damage in here? Not enough. That's a man advantage now for Liquid as the bomb goes down. Neo's going to be in the flames. Doesn't know which way to turn at this point. Spamming in all sides as his teammates come in to help him out. Pasha in with a mag frag, but still, it's looking grim here for Virtus.pro as Liquid. They have just to deal with Neo, but apparently that is much, much harder than it sounds. As Neo looks to bait out the last player, and he's gonna get it! Neo finds it again, this guy. Look at that, he let just a slight smirk out there for a second, a crack in his focus, but this guy is definitely a legend.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the man. Yeah, I'm the man. Solid start here from Virtus.pro. Liquid getting close, but will they feel dejected, frustrated about that? We'll have to wait and see. Going to be going for the pistols again, and they have 9 flashbangs in tow, so it looks to me as if they're going for a second plant here. Worst case scenario, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, they did quite a lot of damage there, and they got the bomb down again. So I can definitely support this kind of a play. You can see Virtus.pro don't have the best weaponry ever, but the jump mag coming in from Pasha. Oh, he's going for it! There's 3 in a row with that shotgun, and now it's just going to be Adren left. And that's an easy cleanup. New just sneaking a frag in there as well, just keeping that momentum going, and boom, Virtus.pro clean that one up.
Show me the money, says Pasha, making $1,800 there. Mag 7 literally paying for itself. There we go. A few slam dunks to him. That's going to thin out the Liquid push. No plant for them. 9 flashes, but still no plant there. Pasha just safely behind the van, avoided almost all of them, if not all of them. So the buy comes out for Liquid now. 5 AKs, and the aggression continues for Virtus.pro. They have not respected Liquid in a single round of this best of 3 so far. Fugly forced away from the T ramp area.
And interestingly, the call came in from Liquid for a fast mid push because they saw so many players aggressively positioned towards A. They realized mid was for free, but they're funneled into connector. It almost seems as if Virtus.pro had always planned for this, as now this outcome looks so good in their favor. 5 versus 2, and once again, that MP9 of Snax. He's definitely picking that one up a lot, but it's going to be Neo who gets the kill instead of Snax. Snax will spot Hiko, there's one frag. No more damage though. Big round from Virtus.pro to win that so cleanly. And again, it just seems like Virtus.pro are always a step ahead of the game.
The polls are brimming, overflowing with confidence. Oh, my face is on camera.
So, you know, one thing for me about that round is that Virtus.pro, they had the aggressive play on A, but they also realized where the weakness is for a team to spot and try to exploit, and then they quickly adapted for that, which was that fast mid push, and then boom, they have everyone in place. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's great to see such clean rounds from Virtus.pro from a theoretical standpoint.
We've got Hiko lurking over towards the A site, but we've already got players being lost towards B, and it seems that they're going to attempt a Tech-9 split of the A site here, but Neo will have the sound cues, trying to pre-fire the area where you jump up and look into CPL, and indeed he's going to get punished for peeking a bit too much. Barlido coming in from short, stopping the boost of Elias from making it into CPL. 3 players remain here for Liquid, including the bomb. Hiko still lurking towards A, nothing being done at the moment, needs to start pushing here, but he's going to have a Snax to contend with. He's going to take him down, leaving Adren alone versus 3, and he will get eliminated as well. No plan for Liquid. Money's going to be tight down.
Indeed, and I'm wondering how much of a thing this MP9 is for Snax. I've seen him rocking that so much lately. It's almost like we see JW with that sawn off on cobblestone, or Fur with the auto shotgun. Is he making the MP9 a thing?
I think it might be relative to his opponent as well. But he will continue with the MP9. I think if he's we'll see what position he's playing in. If he's playing close around the corner, he can have that moving accuracy and just try and spam people, pick up their weapon as well.
And there it is. He's got the underpass position with the
underpass of an MP9. That's next level, Dan. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? I feel like he could probably do just as well with the rifle there. But anyway, looks like a delayed mid-take will come in from Liquid. They'll have the nades to try to cover their positions. And they're going quite quickly, actually. So the problem is actually that there's 2 players in connector here. Elite's just going to go straight into them with a flash. And Snax is there for support. And the CZ is going to pick off 2. This is absolutely horrendous right now for Liquid. What are they going to do? The bomb is down by connector. A shot from Pasha is going to rock Adren completely. And now it's a 4 versus 2.
4 versus 1 now as Fugly, his position is known, and he's going to get terminated on the site. It's quite amusing, actually, to see Snax in that position, because you saw the T's running into connector, getting wiped out, and it's almost like Snax is just running around, like using a trackball or something, looking around the corner of the smoke and just getting killed there, not really, just, you know, away with the fairies there.
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, if Liquid had gone with a bit of a slow round after the re-smoke came in from Virtus, the forward smoke does tell them quite a lot, I think, about what Virtus want to do. So they kind of walked into a very unfavorable setup. And that did cost them, but they are able to scrap together a legitimate buy here. They don't have much utility, but at least they have AKs and there's an AWP on Adren.
Indeed, but there are 2 AWPs on the Virtus.pro side now. They've definitely upgraded. Snax is not messing around with the MP9s anymore. You saw very briefly there's a gap that Pasha could choose to play, but no, of course, Virtus.pro going to have more aggression. Going to move down, have a bit of a look towards the stairs, and then move back. Neo's getting taken down in the mid-area. Barley's on short to try and hold things down, but he's going to lose the duel as well. Nitro left with 35 HP and the bomb. Not much of an indication as to where the bomb might be headed. Moving off mid down now, as he was there alone. Definitely don't want to drop the bomb in that position. That can spin around out of control very quickly indeed. So Pasha's on short with the AWP, and if Liquid choose to head towards B, then this angle Pasha's holding at the moment may prove very strong indeed.
Yeah, this looks really good, but can he connect the shots? He won't get more than 1 or 2 opportunities to do so, as the gaps can be closed very fast. And this smoke with 35 seconds on the clock may just force Liquid to just go for it. I don't know if they have a choice here. There's not much time, and Pasha repositioning, misses the shot, caught mid-air with a headshot, and in comes the flank from Taz. Moves in at a very, very optimal timing, because that's going to slow down this push. The bomb will still be planted, but now Liquid have to worry about all angles, all sides, all fronts, even though there's just 2 players. But now the position has been given away for Snax, and great smoke that Liquid. It's great that Liquid still had a smoke here to just block off Taz. This looks very bad for Virtus.pro now. They can't really go for this. and Liquid will be able to capitalize.
You can see Virtus.pro trying to contain the players. The only safe passage is short, as you can see Liquid moving in that direction now. Though Taz hasn't fired any bullets for a while, so you may have to be wary of him potentially being in the underpass area. You can see Snax moving towards mid now. He's spotted one player, and he's not going to win the duel versus Adren, so he's going to survive. Taz coming through mid will take down one player in Nitro. But again, the T money in this situation is more important than the CT money, so one kill at the end there for Virtus.pro, and Liquid will see if they can get any momentum out of this.
Yeah, that was really good from Liquid to actually say, okay, we've got the picks here, so we just have to move together, attack a site, just keep things simple, and we should be good. If we can just make sure that we can trade, we'll be good in this position. So let's see if they can keep the ball rolling here. They do not want to lose a round after winning one. Neo's going to be pushing up middle, so now Virtus.pro with a bit of a mix-up to throw in the surprise elements, and there is the flash. He won't see anybody.
That's the bomb as well, stuck in the door there on the approach to mid. So Liege will have to be very careful, as if he was exposed there, then who knows what happens. There are two lurkers towards A ramp for Liquid as well. So again, it looks like the A split is the name of the game here. The bomb might have to rotate towards T-spawn, because if they can't keep control of mid well, and it comes down mid, then that could lose in the round as well.
Here it is, this will look to be like a bit of presence that could have culminated in a push. Slowed down somewhat, and we'll have Liquid repositioning themselves, moving back towards the what looks to be like a B split at the moment. However, Virtus.pro playing very passively. Have a pop flash out there from Elise to get himself some more positioning towards middle, but he's going to have to go quite quickly now to make sure that his team can have the distraction onto Pasha. That's the key play to make sure they can get out of apartments. Pasha's going to toss in an incendiary, but again, 35 seconds left. They might just have to go through this one, and indeed they run through the flames right now, but perfect timing. Elise arrives onto the scene, and now Bialy is under a lot of pressure, but he's got teammates to work off of.
Many Molotovs going down in the site. That's going to limit the options for both sides, and everyone's dancing around the smoke here, getting frags here and there, but who will they ultimately end up in favor of? Hiko takes down Taz here, and Snax finds himself the only person alone now. Hiko with another frag onto Neo. Snax is coming in for the rotation. He's only got 1,400, but I think some of his teammates have got a bit more. And there's still 5 seconds for the bomb to go down. The bomb is down now, and Snax is in position to do yet more damage to the T side here, but how much can he do? Almost gets himself a 1 versus 1, but just looks the wrong way at the wrong time. Adren taking him down, Liquid surviving with 3 players.
And the Virtus.pro money is starting to look a little bit interesting. We saw 10k on one player, 3k on the rest, so they can definitely feel the buy if they want to, but it's going to be a little bit lackluster, to say the least, or in theory it could be, unless I misread the money. So okay, they're still going to go for it. And Mag 7 on Pasha. They do get some M4s and grenades out, and a couple kits, so it actually looks a lot better than I expected, which is nice. So Liquid just have to win one more round here to force out an eco and really get themselves back into this game. But can they get it done? We've got an aggressive play hit from Virtus.pro towards the slope, and Hiko's waiting for it. But Adren, he's going to get a double! What on earth was that? We're going to have to get that in the replay later on, as Taz is now the only guy there. He can make the difference though, but the timing's not good enough, and all of a sudden, 3 players are down for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, very nice support structure there by Hiko, supporting the upper, not needed though. Pasha's going for the jump, but again, new hitboxes, gets shot in the face. Bialy alone now, going to be left with 15 HP after taking down Adren. That might be all she wrote here. 4 players surviving for Liquid, and again, it's only 6-3 at the moment, so now they're starting to break the CT economy. They've got some momentum going. Saw that Virtus.pro went for the force in the previous run. That will leave them in a nasty spot for the current one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, now we're talking about a game. We've got a game on our hands, as Virtus.pro have to go for the eco. Of course, you'd expect Liquid to win this round and not to sustain too much in the way of losses. So that should be a 6-4. We'll have to see how clean it can really be, as we see them execute these anti-ecos, which was something you were talking about previously.
Look at this play from Virtus.pro. They've got 1 person in the underpass already and 2 people pushing fast short, so they may be able to stack the mid or the A area, although again this is an eco from them, and the superior weaponry will prevail for now, as 2 Virtus.pro players have gone down. Neo soon to follow. Shallow graves Virtus.pro in this round. Liquid looking to close the gap here, and again, their economy's in a good place and will be headed in an even better place after this round, unless Snax goes bananas with this deagle. There's the first one. Can't get a second one though. Pasha left. Bit of a distraction run by Snax, but that's going to be that for Virtus.pro. Just the 1 frag in that round.
Yeah, so their economy is still going to grow after just losing 1 guy, instead of losing 2 or 3 when it starts to be break even and then actually just making a loss sort of territory. So things looking decent for both teams at the moment. Virtus.pro, they have their lead. Their economy is a bit shakier, but Liquid are generating that momentum for the first time, really able to start a series off, a map off well, as we have Pasha on the AWP for Virtus.pro. Now, what are Virtus going to throw at Liquid? Although it does seem like Liquid are going to dictate the pace here. And again, Pasha getting a kill and damaging at least through Hiko. This could be rough right now. Liquid are very scared to actually commit to this now after losing a player and sustaining so much damage.
The only thing Liquid have at the moment is the fact that Fugly's in mid, so they have a bit of an idea as to what's going on some of the map, but again, they've got to be careful. They know that time's going to be against them now with a team like Virtus.pro in tow with 5 players. They could be flanking through T-spawn for all they know. Fugly would hear the sound cue if there was running, but if they're walking through T-spawn, definitely won't hear that. Neo going for a cursory peek there towards lower tunnel. May see that there could be some boosting going on, so we'll go and check that. That smoke will make things a bit more difficult as well. So we'll have to be focusing on that for a while. But again, it is 5 versus 4 for the CTs. Connector, though, has been abandoned for the time being.
But the problem is that Liquid have no other prong for this attack. It's just a single-pronged attack. Just one area of entry for the entire team. And Virtus.pro is set up around it. They have to try to find another play here. And I love that they're actually going to mix this up. They're not going to go through Connector. Dren's going to just catch Neo playing the information. But Bjarly, he does have a good angle here towards this B-split. But Virtus.pro, they're already running in for the retake. And Pasha, great shot on the move with the AWP. More frags to be made. Oh no, he's going to actually not even get the shot off. Can't pull the trigger in time. 2 versus 3 now in favor of Liquid. But they must get the bomb down. And they will. It's going to be ticking away now as things calm down just slightly as Liquid take positions.
Virtus.pro on the wrong end of a choke point here. They're in the crossfire now, and Fugly's going to be the first to start striking, and he's not going to get the second. No insta-trade, and it's going to be a team kill instead. 1 versus 1. The clock is ticking here, and Liege on edge now. I've got to focus on this. Going for the shoulder peek, seeing it, but he's not going to go for the kill straight away. Taz gets the frag. What a disastrous way to lose a round here. Man advantage, team kill coming in. Can't clutch it around. Virtus.pro back to winning ways.
Wow. That is going to be pretty rough for Liquids. That is really, really rough. Losing the round purely because of a team kill, that didn't need to happen.
Such a young player as well. You have to wonder, like, this is the time where he needs his in-game leader to say, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's a test for composure.
Things happen. Let's just get on with it.
And even though that can be the case, even though people can support you, sometimes that's just really hard to come back from. We'll have to see. The best way, of course, for redemption is excellence. So we'll be expecting that, and double mag out for Virtus.pro and a scout.
Look where the bomb is at the moment. You can see the bomb was in Palace, starting to rotate out. Snax, though, has chosen not to push all the way through to T-spawn, as that could have been a little bit awkward there. So Hiko's going to be lurking now, and the bomb's going to be collected by Liege and taken elsewhere, because the entire Liquid team moving towards B. So I don't know if he took it there by accident and no one was paying attention to it, but it's finally rotating towards the right direction now.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro, they don't really have the weaponry to play at ranges properly. It's these Mag 7s that could be very deadly. Pasha is in that position close before, as is Neo with the Scout. Neo's an absolute monster with this, from this position with the Scout. You can see he's already rattling off the shots there, going for those jump peaks, but he's starting to lose quite a lot of health. We'll have to reposition. And Liquid, they don't seem deterred by the presence from Pasha, from Neo with that Scout. They might not expect Pasha to also be in this position. Pasha could be the key player here. And he's going to have to smoke himself off. He can still get out of there. Neo's going to have covering fire. So this is looking good. Pasha can still do damage from this position with the Mag 7 as the rest of Liquid finally jump through, making the entries. But it all falls on the man with the biceps. And there it is, first shots there. And he won't find the frag, gives away his position. It could all be over for him now, but he finds another one out of nowhere. A second kill coming in from Pasha. And now 2 versus 2 with the bomb down and 10 seconds to plant.
Taz getting the kill on the site. Snax coming in for the flank as well. So Fugly surely cannot get the bomb down in this situation, even if he kills Taz. 4 seconds, the bomb can't go down now. Taz finding the headshot there. Pasha, that smoke ended up being massively advantageous for him because he could hide in it, and then he gets those 2 frags, but he wastes so much time. He allows the rotation to come in from his teammates there. And so that was a very key play by Pasha, despite missing the first shot. Boom!
Yeah, that is so sick. I mean, this round is all Pasha. Even though the first few shots were a little bit crazy, didn't get a fast frag, the composure there that he kept to make it work. And now Liquid, they still have 4 rounds. That's not too bad. They can still turn this into a decent T-half. They're going for the execute here, and we've got everybody in place from Virtus.pro. Got a guy towards Shadow. Snax is over by CT, and there it is. Taz pops up above the ladder there, finds the quick frag. Elish goes down, and he's killing so much time for Liquid. They need to get on the bomb site right now.
Taz going to go down almost to the flames, but going to be forced out of his position. So somehow this is going the way of Liquid, despite Virtus.pro's good read at the beginning. The duel lost by Bialy, and it's Pasha now alone with $150 in the bank. Pretty much has to save, which is a pretty messed up situation for him. But you have to give credit to the read of Virtus.pro. They could smell the desperation on Liquid. They got the smokes down super fast, the flashbangs into Palace as well, the Molotov into T-Ramp, just trying to stop any fast play from Liquid. You saw at the beginning of the round there, only 3 of the Liquid players had grenades. They had to move faster because they did not have the utility to go for a longer, more drawn-out execute. So Virtus.pro made the right read, but they've only got 1 frag on the board here, and Liquid may have crushed the CT economy in these final rounds.
And one situation there as well that could have played out a bit better for Virtus.pro is the fact that, again, Taz got the first kill and he delayed them massively before they could cross onto the bomb site with the grenades, which means that Virtus.pro could have actually waited a little bit, killed more time from the smokes, the offensive smokes of the T side, gotten into a retake position and taken it as a team, but they actually went for a series of individual plays in positions where before the T's had crossed into an exposed area on towards the bomb site. So maybe not in the chaos, didn't go too well for Virtus.pro. Liquid back into this one. Virtus.pro, they don't have much to really save for themselves with this buy, so you should expect a victory in this round from Liquid as they make their presence slowly but surely on towards the middle area.
VP playing a double CT play on the A site, maybe in case of any fast aggression, but it's not going to come here. Again, only Pasha with primary gun in this round, so Liquid have a great opportunity to finish the half with a close score, but Nitro's going to get taken down by Pasha in a short area, so bit of a Trojan horse coming in on short here for Liquid. Going to be smoked out of the site for now, though maybe they have thrown that themselves to take control of Connector. Snacks coming in with the flank, but he doesn't even realize somebody's there yet. Fugly is surely going to get dispatched, turning around just at the right time here. The gun's still alive with Pasha, who's now moving in to try and hold down the Connector area, try and stop the split. The bomb is in Connector as well. See Elige being boosted into CPL, and now things are looking pretty bad for Virtus.pro.
Oh, I was afraid they wouldn't check for Pasha, but perhaps what could have been the only hope there was maybe a double kill from Pasha. Instead, it's going to be Virtus.pro left in a state of ruin in this round, although Neo has picked up an AK, but that aim punch is going to prevent him from finishing off Fugly. So no way back in here into this A-bomb site for Virtus.pro. It is definitely locked away, and the key is being swallowed by Liquid as Neo looks to save the AK-47, and Liquid looking like they could very well bring about that 8-7 finish, which is actually very respectable. The CT side a bit favored on Mirage, so Liquid are moving into decent territory, much unlike the first map, Overpass, which was just a complete story of dominance from Virtus.
If you see Neo there, you see he hasn't, just note that he has not reloaded his gun. He's got 15 bullets, and I think a lot of people at home in this situation would reload their gun, but bear in mind that could give his position away, and then he might not be able to save that gun going into the next round. So 15 bullets is enough for him. He's not going to try and compromise his position by going for a reload there. So they'll take an AK into the next round and then buy whatever else they can. We'll see what that buy will be as we go into the last round of the first half. So Snack's going to be able to pick up an M4, have armor as well. Pasha back on the Mag 7, see if he can get any more work done on it. He's going to be moving up mid pretty damn fast. We'll see if he can win an initial engagement. Could be a double peek, but that flash is going to be really important. It's just about not seeing Elige close. Caught with a nade out now. Surviving for the time being. Got a teammate coming in for the save. Onshore, that's Bialy. Can't get the 2-man though. All of a sudden, Virtus.pro only have 2 people left.
And the problem is that all the guns are down in middle. Patch is stuck on a mag. And if the push goes towards A, he's really out of play here. And he's actually going to find in middle, in the window there, an M4. That's very important, and he'll be safe to take it away. As Liquid look to finish the round on the B-bomb site, once again, they recognize, all right, man advantage. Let's move together and find the trades, because there's only 2 players. Unless they stack a site, we probably can get a 2 or 3 versus 1 situation. That's what they're playing for. However, if Pasha once again is able to get at least a double kill here, Liquid are going to have a pretty difficult time potentially in the ensuing 1 versus 1, but Pasha first needs to do the damage as the nades start to come in, and there is the first engagement. Nitro can call the position, and there it is. Hiko's going to find that one, jumping into the window. That's Pasha down and out for the count, as the bomb can now be planted for Liquid as the clock gets set upon Snacks.
Snacks was miles away, standing on the flower pot on T ramp. We'll see if their score manages to grow in this last round. It is a 1 versus 2. Adren is heavily tagged though, and it's going to be hard for the CTs to set up for a trade situation, but it won't be needed. Adren to take down Snacks, an 8-7 half there for in favor of Virtus.pro. So I think Team Liquid will be quite happy with that score at the end.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 7 rounds on the T side is very, I think you'll feel very comfortable with that. Virtus.pro, they'll be a little bit disappointed that they weren't able to eke out more. And against in some of these buy round situations, I think we had a lot of hasty plays at times, a lot of clutches. Liquid actually looked pretty darn solid there overall, I think, in the first half. I'm very excited to see what they can bring to the table because, you know, Virtus.pro, we saw them on Mirage against TSM yesterday, and Virtus.pro kind of shied away from what they're known to do, or, you know, which is those very fast and aggressive mid takes where they get all the edges, all the aim battles, and they crush you, they systematically destroy you in these middle takes. Saw less of that against TSM, but against Liquid, I feel confident we might see a lot of that from Virtus.pro, like them really asserting themselves, just like map 1.
Well, that's what they're playing for. Shiny trophies. Just the one, though. Only one team will take it home tomorrow. So we have a budding player for NIP, but let's be honest, he's probably a Silver 4. So, who's going to take the first advantage going into the second half? Again, not much between these two teams. You can see Neo setting up for a smoke grenade here into the area commonly known as CPL. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. Again, the CTs are going to have the range advantage with these USPs, with these P2000 to Glock. From this kind of range, is not going to do the job with just a one headshot. Will require 2. So Virtus.pro will be looking to close the range, and you might see them picking up some USPs later on in the round. That would be why, that range superiority there.
And we'll have the grenades finally coming in now, soaring through the sky onto the A-bomb site as the assault now reigns in. And it looks like Pasha's going to try to push short, but he's not going to make it happen here. Snacks can do some extra damage here to allow a bomb plant, but Fugly in with a very nice headshot onto Taz. It's going to make it a 4 versus 2 in favor of the Americans. Elige putting in some work as well, and all of a sudden, Neo again. The hope is in with him, but Fugly will shut it down. And Liquid pick up a pistol, and it looks quite convincing as well. It's a great way for them to start this second half, especially considering that they really need this second map to finish as a W, and a strong one at that.
So you can see lots of smiles on Elige's face, which is good. Want to see some positivity after taking his teammate down. So, will they survive the anti-ecos now versus the Virtus.pro side? Time will tell. Can they take this to 3 maps?
Actually, Virtus decided to force with the bomb plant, so going for a bit of a potentially a surprise buy. Liquid might be anticipating a full eco in this situation and then a following round AK buy, but no, Virtus are going for it right now.
They are all in, they are all the way in. Loads of nades on all of these players. A scout onto Pasha as opposed to Neo, which is interesting. You know how dangerous Neo is on the CT side. Neo doesn't have any Kevlar either, but he's going to be the bomb man. So we'll see. Looks like they're setting up for smokes towards A, so I'm curious if there'll be one in the middle of the site, which might make it a little bit easier to get the bomb down in a more open fashion. See those nades coming in now, and the flashbangs will continue. Fugly smokes out of position here, and the Virtus.pro will start to take the site. Can they get the bomb down?
Snacks is actually getting dangerously close to Toll Booth. Look at that snap up onto Fugly. He's going to get dropped straight off the top, and now it's going to be the bomb down. 4 versus 4. Virtus.pro could even win this round. They're all falling back, though, into more passive positions as Pasha comes in all the way from the back. He's going to try to make his way onto shore to get the shots across. So Pasha could once again be the key player in all of this as his teammates provide the distraction. Look at this! He can see everybody. The smoke's down. Can he hit the shots? Can Pasha hit the shots? There's one! Oh, he gets the finishing blow, and that's going to be that. 2 players left here. 1 now for Virtus.pro as the defuse comes in. And again, Neo's going to stop it this time. The bomb is still ticking away. There's no time for Liquid to make this happen now. Virtus.pro have done this. What a play, sending Pasha all the way around the back with the scout. Unbelievable, just barely finding it both times.
I wondered why he was lurking in B-apps when that rotation started coming in. He didn't even try and kill, I think it was Hiko who was on the site at the time. And then I saw they put the smoke down. As expected, the open plant comes in, the short play. But we've seen that before. I think Tyson used to do that with Maniac lurking in mid, for example. But that is next level, coming in all the way from the B bomb site with the scout. That is genius. And who knows if that's the straw that will break the horse's back here.
Oh yeah, and that's some of the creativity that we saw from Virtus.pro on the previous map. That's why they were so deadly then. Now that's going to really shake Liquid. Again, Liquid have been reset now. They just won the pistol round. So they're going for a force up here to try to make, basically switch things around again and money screw their opponents, Virtus.pro, and make them have to force buy. So this is going to get very, very chaotic here. Snax is getting boosted up into the window as well, looking for the first engagement. He's going to find it onto Fugly, and there is no Kevlar on any of these players. They're playing in their birthday suits.
Fugly, you've got to stand and fight, fearing that disgusting P90. Tried to make a break for it, but that was never going to happen. Had to hold his ground and try and pick up a weapon there. So I think he made the wrong decision, but there we go. Clean up round from Virtus.pro, the Street Sweepers, the Drama Kings, that.
Yeah, this is a pretty scary situation for Liquid. I mean, they would have felt like, okay, guys, we're in control. And then that force buy happened, and then everything just came tumbling down. The entire house of cards is falling. And now we've got Liquid on an eco. Oh, and they're all going into mid. First frag found, but it's a bit of a firing squad. Not looking too good here for Liquid. They do get a couple of frags, but these ranges are something to be feared from these AK-47s. And Virtus.pro, they actually have some dominance now into the second half.
I went for a picnic once, Dan, and this dog came out of a pond and ran through the picnic, Dan. It ruined the Rock 4, Dan. And that round from Virtus.pro with a short play, I feel like maybe ruined the Rock 4 of Liquids. But they're back on the buy now, and they're only 3 rounds behind, so the land of opportunity still knocks, but it's not going to be an easy one. Virtus.pro, I feel like they've been playing a psychological game versus Liquid this entire match. See if it continues here. Molotovs on the Polish side, as per usual. Nades of Liquid a little bit limited. They do have the AWP onto Adren, but Adren does lack the armor there.
Yeah, indeed he does. By the way, now I know why you made me try Rock 4 in the studio. Damn you, James. Great pop flash play in, though, from Liquid. And that forward information not only is going to give them a frag, now Virtus.pro have to try to say, okay, our plan didn't quite work out here. The bomb, I think, was even spotted as well. So Liquid should have a strong advantage. You can see they're actually rotating a few more players here forward towards the A site as Fugly goes to confirm that there was a rotation, but still, Bialy was lurking there. But however, Fugly will be able to see any movement with the def cam. So it could still be a bit misleading as to what's happening for Liquid.
Virtus.pro, look at that. They've actually switched the location of the bomb. They've moved the bomb away from T-spawn, and they've put Neo there instead, but Virtus.pro losing their numbers. So if they were trying to run distraction with Neo coming onto the slope to make them presume the bomb was there, that opportunity's gone, and now they're committed to the A site itself. 2 players per site here for Liquid, and they've spotted the bomb now. That's going to be the full rotation. Adren trying to hold things down with the AWP. Got to be careful if that Molotov spreads. He could die by surprise. Bomb being planted for short. Nitro going down as well. No frags for Adren yet. Hiko's going to get lost in the jungle, and this is falling apart for Liquid, piece by piece.
Yeah, they got to find something. I mean, the round started off so well. I mean, Adren can maybe do some quick damage, but that's a great shoulder peek, just baiting out the shot. Nice. Adren will make up for that, but the onslaught will never stop. The unrelenting poles will claim the AWP of Adren and take the round as well. So, Liquid, they're fast running out of
everything.
Of everything, basically, yeah. They don't have much time left to get back into this one. Virtus.pro on 12 rounds at this point. The money is starting to be a really huge issue. As we can see, they're back to an eco, and Virtus.pro will continue with full rifle setup.
So we've got the 5.7s, the Deagles for Liquids, but they're pretty much spread out in a more or less traditional way. There isn't really a stack of the guns in any direction, and again, in this situation, maybe you want to either have some early aggression or put your guns together when you don't have any flashbangs, any armor. Got 2 players together towards B and now 2 close to connector. We'll see if they can get anything done here. Liquid trying to play those close corners, looking for that one-tap range. Hiko, can he do anything? Getting 1 there, but Neo will trade 4 versus 2, and this little buy has not really worked out for Liquid. Just the 1 solitary pistol kill. Maybe it would have been worth going like 4-1 on sites, perhaps, or pushing mid, but there we go. The traditional play won't work out for them.
Yeah, I love the 2 players from short who are pushing on the T side, jumping into the angle where basically if there is a guy with a pistol there, maybe he's going to kill one of you mid-air, but surely not 2. That's like a really safe way to handle that situation. That's quite cool from Virtus.pro. Now Virtus they still have so many options to go with. Liquid looking to show a little bit of early presence towards Connector just to see if they can get a quick pick onto any mid pushes. But actually, Virtus.pro have been just delaying it a little bit. This nades now will start to distract some of these players in Liquid as the push starts to come up into the T-slope. They're setting up the grenades. And we were looking at the two-pronged attack here through Connector and T-slope, the pit area, onto the A-bomb site. Now, will Liquid be able to defend this?
Problem for Liquid is the two players on B are very far away indeed. Adren missing an easy shot there, just moving before firing the gun, taking down one of the lurkers though, but there's one more to find. 4 versus 4 as Virtus.pro move in and sandwich the players on the site. There we go, Pasha taking Adren down, getting taken down though from short. Hiko soon to be lost as well. The trade's coming in thick and fast. Bomb gets planted by Virtus.pro, but they've got a man disadvantage now. Pasha, I think he only had 1 HP in Connector. While he's stuck behind the fireboxes, this is probably the worst position to be in on the site apart from Shadow. And they just about missing there, got most of his life left. Trying to position himself to guarantee a 1 versus 1. But again, Liquid, they don't know where he is, and he could be in Palace, could be in T-ramp as well. You've got the nades starting to come in, the fakes, but Fugly's not checking the angle. He's gonna get taken down. The bomb is ticking as well, and Nitro doesn't have the time to get the frag and the defuse here. Barley, cold as ice, gonna take them both down.
This is starting to look like a bit of a rout at this point. Everything to play for on at the end of the first half for Liquid, but everything now is starting to fall apart. Great little play here from Bialy right at the end. Perfectly done. And no trade possible for Nitro. And that's going to be a 14-8 scoreline. There is almost no chance left back into this one. Liquid need to make it happen right now. And we're about to see exactly what kind of equipment that they have to do this with. But in fact, they're going for a tactical pause. And it's going to be a difficult one because there has been many different rounds or types of rounds out of Virtus.pro. They always mix up. It's so hard to actually adapt to them because their pace is always different and the way that they want to pressure you is always different.
It's very nice play at the end of that round. Not giving the position away by running, just calmly walking, taking down the first person, which meant the second person had to look towards triple and the fireboxes and both sides. There we go. So Liquid need to find an answer here, which is not going to be easy. Virtus.pro possibly one of the worst style matchups for Liquid in this tournament. And again, their tournament lives are on the line here. They're a map down. If they lose this map, that's a wrap. Did see some American coins on the table there in the Liquid booth, and they might be heading back to the airport soon if Virtus.pro continue this momentum.
One of the more difficult things in a situation like this as well is that when it comes to the tactical timeouts, when you're on the CT side, you don't get to dictate the pace as much as if you're on the T side. On the T side, you've had a lot of rounds, you can say, okay, we kind of feel like they have more of a strength, or we're having more problems attacking this area of the map or this bomb site, or maybe they're playing a bit aggressive here or a bit passive here. You know, you can try to, you've tested things, you put the feelers out there in a lot of the rounds, so you can more easily attack the situation. On the CT side, Virtus.pro has been coming in with so many different rounds. It's hard to preempt that.
Well, it is Thanksgiving, but will Virtus.pro make Liquid their turkey? Virtus.pro with numbers heading towards the A site here. Almost two-man spray down there for Snacks. And that's a very quick clearance of the A site. You can see Adren in the CT position. He's only got a scout, but headshots will be enough to do the job there. Snacks going down 4 versus 3 now.
Yeah, this is looking pretty difficult for Liquid. We get another frag coming in from Adren though. So 3 versus 3 now as Pasha tries to cut off rotation. He's going to do just that. But more players will funnel through the CT area. Adren with another kill on this scout. He's already got 3, and that's another one. Adren picking up the M4 now. Once that bomb ticks away, but these positions will be hard to deal with just the M4, and Pasha's coming in for the flank.
From the back.
And the execution onto Adren will finish the round there. Virtus.pro now onto match points.
Seems there may be no pardoning of turkeys today, Dan.
Yeah, it's not been a good Thanksgiving at this tournament so far. Although, I've got to say, was quite surprised by Luminosity's performance. But it looks like Liquid cannot step up to that level so far against Virtus.pro. They are looking quite dominant, and they have a mag, a few FAMAS, and Virtus.pro going for the fast contact play.
Yeah, Barley's going straight in there. Almost taking his teammate down, but they're going to survive for now. Fugly's in the shadow area with the Mag 7, going to get himself 1 frag, but again, it's the man disadvantage for Liquid. Adren just about survives the duel with Pasha there. Going to even things up. That nade is not going to help, though. Hiko's going to get wrecked by that. The flames coming in as well. Adren and Hiko remain versus 3. Again, they've got limited weapons here. Snacks getting taken down. Again, these Liquid players fighting for the tournament lives here. No kit on these players. This is a desperate time. They don't have the opportunity to wait. They have to find these frags. And quickly, Baali and Neo will find the final frags. 2-0 for Virtus.pro. They will move on, and Liquid will be sent home.
Virtus.pro looking so damn strong at the moment. It's really exciting to see them in this form, because we know that they're a ridiculously strong team. They've had their ups, they've had their downs, but so far this tournament, we're seeing great stuff here. Neo really stepping it up. Baali has been a consistently great performer for them. Everybody on the team has had excellent moments. I'm really excited to see their performances moving forwards. Liquid, they have to be disappointed. They had a good go with that second map at least, but otherwise they've seen a lot of shutouts in this tournament.
Again, Virtus.pro looking confident there from start to finish. Don't look like they were ever troubled in that match. And again, the very first pistol round of the entire match, going for knives and so on. It looks like for them internally, victory was never ever in doubt.
Absolutely, and it's always going to be a sad story to see Liquid leave the tournament. But again, we have so many awesome matches coming up. And with Virtus.pro, if they can keep that form, I'm so curious to see how that matches up against the other teams still in the tournament.
Yeah, well, the horse is going to ride into the sunset, and the Polish plough will continue. And I think we have Cuban on stage with Paula for an interview.
Cuban, that was a pretty good series for you guys, or maybe do you think it could have gone better?
Was a little bit tight, but we are happy about the result. That was our goal, to go through the group stage, and we are happy.
You guys are known as a super strong Mirage team, if I'm not mistaken, but for some reason, Liquid managed to get, I think, was it 7 or 8 on the T side of that map? What reason do you have for that?
At least we had more rounds than we had against them in San Jose, so we are happy even having 7 or 8 rounds.
Interestingly, I'm not sure if Snacks on Mirage there was as much as a factor as he usually is, whereas in San Jose, yeah, Liquid were able to take advantage of the lack of his presence. Is it nice to be able to, I mean, do you think he is kind of performing at his best at the moment? Do you think he's got more to give?
It's not about frags, it's about the team. We've been playing with the stand-in in America, and now we played as a team, and you could see the results.
Talking about that, are you happy with how you guys are doing as a team? Do you think there could be improvements? If so, what? Just in general, you know, is the team play coming together well?
Maybe the analyst desk will see this, but I think we're playing completely different this event, and it's working.
Yeah, and going on from here then, are you feeling confident with the upcoming challenges? I think your next match will be tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, sorry everybody, who you're playing yet, but from the potential candidates, are you feeling comfortable?
Yeah, looking forward for the game, especially that Fnatic has a new lineup with Dennis, and we want to show them where's their place.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic did look pretty strong yesterday. Dennis was playing pretty well, and so if it is Fnatic that you're playing, how do you think you match up against them?
I have no idea. I'm just still thinking about the game we have played, and we'll sit down together at the dinner, and we'll think which maps we're going to play. Yeah.
All right, well, it was an interesting series, and we'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations for that win. You can now head off and stay with your teammates or whatever. So if you want to give him a round of applause and the guys on Virtus.pro a round of applause. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to head to a commercial break. Quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the Score Esports. They have a fantastic app where you can check live game updates and news. But now we're going to head to that commercial break.